Okay, let's go through an order start to finish in detail. So we did earlier create this order, which is just a family name and a customer. I see that the family name is wrong. So what we'll do is access the detail drawer, and each tab in the detail drawer has different purposes. So this one is the info tab, and we're going to correct the spelling on Jackson. And in the detail drawer, when you're making edits, be sure and commit your edits with the checkbox. Team assignment, we don't have a sold by or a designer yet. We'll get into that in a minute. Here we can make some notes about the order itself. And we've got the customer, so we can go on to the notes area. This will be ongoing notes, whereas the notes in the info area is notes established at the time of sale. This will just be ongoing. Notes area. Cemetery, this is where you'll set what cemetery is going to. Let me see what we got. Just pick Bethel. Instructions, this is going to be installation instructions. And monument faces east with man on the south. We want to save that. And then we want to go to the inscriptions. I'm not going to type all this in, but I'll just do a couple here. And then the anniversary date. Epitaph. Like I said, I'm not going to put all that in right now. Commit the changes. Design, these are just going to be some notes. Say somebody picked a demarc 435.54. Change the rows to dogwood. We already did that in instructions. And then from here you can open MonuDraw. We'll do that in a minute. Now parts, you can add parts individually, or you can import from a calculation. Let's do this. Or you can add a package from your catalog. Say let's just go ahead and add it. 4020 with 2 vases. Let's add Georgia Gray to the order. There's all your parts. Then you can pull it from inventory if you have it in inventory, which we don't have any inventory built yet, so I can't pull it from inventory because there's none there. And then invoice, we'll add a line item, we'll call it granite. And you can get as detailed with this as you want. For the purpose of this video, we'll keep it simple. going to charge sales tax, add line item. We have a default sample tax location that was set up during the assessment. Like I said, you can get really detailed with your invoice if you want to add, if you want to break everything down to engraving. And so forth. So moving on, we can take a payment. We can create a payment plan, which requires Stripe integration for to create the manual reminders to the customers. But we're going to do a 4-and-4 plan, create payment. Now we can go ahead and record the payment. Check. And that updates the balance due. Okay, let's go on to assets. Assets is anything the customer provides to you or that you need to include with the project file. So we can upload, say the customer brought us in a photo, we checked it for copyright infringements and we're safe, so we're going to proceed with the design for this monument. And when the installers or mobile engravers complete a monument, they'll take a picture and that'll show up here. Marketing, these are images, AI generated images from your 2D proofs. We'll show you that here in a minute. Okay, proofs, this is where the proofs show up, and that you can upload proofs in a couple of different ways, through the proofs workspace or through MonuDraw. So let's go to MonuDraw, and through the designer, let's just create a quick design here, add some text. Let's see, single, go to text. Let's change this font. And then let's save it. And we select the order we're working on. Bob and Sally Jackson, save to order. Wait for it to confirm, save, and go back to order detail. And so here's our design. We want to use it as the front. Add to proofs. Now when we go to proofs, it's here, and we can send that to the customer. And then once it's approved, it'll show up here in the proof approval section. Activity, this is just a log of different things going on with the order by different people. And then once the order is created, you can generate a contract. And we went through the settings in another video on this, so that information is set up. Balance due, engraving, different parts. And then when you give this to your customer, encourage them to go to the cemetery and take a picture using this QR code, and it's going to, if they turn on allow location on their phone, it's going to record the GPS location of the gravesite, and then when the field crew sets that to one of their loads, it'll give them directions to the actual gravesite. We've been using this for a little while now, and this has really improved our wasted time in cemeteries looking for grave sites. You can email it to the customers. The customers do have a portal. Let's see if we can access the portal. This link here you can copy that. You can email it or text it to the customer if you're on the marketer plan. But for this video, we'll copy the link, and then if you send that to the customer, this is what they're going to see. So they can see just general status of their project. They can access their proofs. They can update cemetery information if they need to. They can add files to their order. They can make a payment. They got some settings if they want to get notifications or not. And messages, so if they want to keep track of any conversations with the office, they can do that through here. And then this is where you can have a message with the customer. We'll go to their email, plus it will show up in their portal. Of course, I don't have a email set up for that customer that's legitimate, so it's not going to go through, but this is where this will take place. And what else? I think that covers most of it. I know on payment, if you're hooked up, you're connected with Stripe, you can, the action items, you can send the customer a invoice through Stripe. We're working on the QuickBooks integration, so if you're using QuickBooks Online, you'll be able to send that to them as well. What we do is we send them just a note with a link to the portal that if they could go in and check their balance in the portal, and that's been working good for us. Production docs, these are the PDFs that we produce and when we release something to the shop for production, and it's going to give them the details, and then if there's an approved drawing, which there should be, it will be attached to this as well. Purchase, so material status, not ordered, design status, in progress, and you can set these to be whatever you want in the application settings. So we choose our vendor. This is going to be ordered. Actually, the system will change it. So we have these in stock, so I'm not going to order those. I just need these two pieces ordered. So you can download the PDF, which looks like this, and then where we go? Here we go. Looks like this. And then you can email that to your vendor, or you can order now and it will send it to your vendor. And then when you go back to purchasing, it will show up on your parts on order. Then you can set an ETA. Georgia Granite told me it was going to be here on the 22nd of April. We like to keep these ETAs up to date for when customers call needing status updates, that we can give them something similar or sort of accurate. Okay, I'm fixing to go off into some other areas here. I'm going to go ahead and end the video with that. That was just a overview of working on orders from start to finish. Hope that helps.